This is not guilt, I see, is it?
Why should I feel guilty? I'm the big winner.
Wife, you are the big winner in my eyes. ELQ stock or not.
Shame, Tracy. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You lying snake. How could you?
Well, there's gratitude.
Not you, him!
Who?
Him!
What's wrong?
Like you don't know.
Well, if there's something particular, something...
Do not touch me, you low-life loser.
I can hear your father in those words. I don't know what he's told you,
I
what
know
you think.
what you did. And my mother's paying for it.
Nothing in my closet screamed maternal. Cancer patient, I don't know how I missed a fashion statement like that.
You look fine. The wig looks good.
A wig only looks good if you don't know that it's a wig.
Hey, look, don't worry about what you're wearing. Just concentrate on what you say. That's what matters. Just relax a little bit, because you're going to be fine. I'm telling you.
I'll relax when I can retain custody of my daughter.
You realize that's not going to happen.
She doesn't have time right now to play, around with your head game,
We're not playing. There's no games here, Sonny. It's last chance, Alexis. You sign over custody of Molly to me, and we can avoid this whole ugly mess.
Carly, can you please sit down and buckle up? The pilot said we're going to run into some turbulence.
How much do you want to bet that Sonny knew a divorce in the Dominican Republic would do me no good? That's okay. That's all right. It's just a minor setback. You know what? I'm going to stay focused because I am getting a divorce whether Sonny likes it or not. If you think that this is some kind of a joke, I will kill you myself.
It was a lovely service, wasn't it? You could have shown a little bit more compassion for the rest of the family. But I must admit, I really appreciate the sincere grief that you showed for me, and I want you to know that I love you too, Tracy.
How can you do this to us?
You think I faked my death? You would do something like that.
Well, yes, I pretended to be dead when Luke poisoned me.
I'm going to have to think of a few tricks to convince you that this is real. Maybe I could drop a sheet over my head and go, woo, woo, woo.
Oh, Alan, that's not funny.
Tracy Allen is dead, honey. People made speeches. You're talking to an empty chair.
That's not funny either.
Tracy, you were in the hospital when Alan died. Now look, maybe you should lie down for a while. Grief can do terrible things to the mind.
You think I'm imagining him? Well, I guess that can only mean one thing.
You need medication.
You and Alan are in on this together.
The only thing I did to your mother was to love her and try and protect her. I wish I could have protected her more.
Yeah, and imagine how much more damage you could have done.
Well, now, that honor, that goes to your father.
You think that I don't know the truth?
Okay, what is it you think you know?
What is it that I know? I know that you lied. I know that you kept Rick Weber's secrets. I know that you said you knew my mom was in trouble and you did nothing to save her. You were scummy and selfish, and if that's the way of loving her...
Enough, okay? Now you say what you want to me, but do not question my love for your mother. Back off, buddy.
Every girl needs to buy herself a little bling once in a while, don't you think? Why not? Truth is, I always wanted to be the kind of woman who didn't need a man to buy her beautiful things. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a little over the top as far as watches go, but what's that saying? If you can afford diamonds, you might as well show them off.
I have heard that somewhere.
We'll take about 15 more minutes before we continue the interview. If you want a snack, the commissary comes close to edible.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go out and get some fresh air.
Of course. Look, it can't be easy reliving such an unhappy time. The hostage crisis. Those traumas stay with you, like it happened yesterday.
I'm gonna go out and go for a walk.
Okay. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Did you want to borrow the watch?
No, thank you. I'll manage.
Amelia.
See you in a bit.
Can you sit down? Be reasonable. Sonny had no idea the laws changed in the Dominican Republic.
You know, I don't care. I don't care because it's still his fault that we're married in the first place. And I have to spend the next 6 months waiting for New York City to validate my divorce.
Sonny can't stop the divorce, Carly. And you know what? You don't have to live with him while you're going through it.
Jason, Jax is hurt and devastated, and he's not sure if he'll ever be able to forgive me. You have to promise me that you are going to help me through this.
Okay, what do you want from me?
Help me resist Sonny, okay? Because he's going to try everything he can to make me see that we'd be happy together. He will try and arrange little visits with Michael and Morgan. He's going to send me flowers and be nice to me.
And what's wrong with that?
If I ever gave in, we would be back to business as usual. All of our good intentions and grand gestures will blow up in our faces. Sonny and I are better off apart. I know that. How do I convince Sonny?
Agree to primary custody of Molly and I'll agree to visitation.
Just to let you know, Judge Hunter is out and McCormick is in.
What'd that cost you?
Don't think much of the justice system that you're sworn to uphold, do you? I have no idea if it'll make any difference. I can only hope that she doesn't like a husband who has a clean-cut public image and a pile of dirty laundry hidden in a panic room.
Well, I don't have a felony in my record, you do. Do you really want to go in there and risk a court-appointed judgment that leaves you with no options?
You've left me with no options. I really have nothing to lose in court.
Negotiate right now, and I'll be flexible. Once we get inside that courtroom, I can't promise anything.
You don't have to put up with this guy. Listen, buddy, why don't you get a cup of coffee, mind your own business, get out of here.
Hey, you need to learn some manners. It's bad enough for you to yell at a woman, but it's doubly harsh when she's on crutches.
Yes, I understand that. However, you don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
so
but he gets that you're an obnoxious pig. And by the way, that's not my dad's opinion, it's my own. So you can take your phony lies and concern and stay the hell away from me because I know exactly who you are.
Lulu, listen, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Lady said to stay away.
Who the hell are you?
Okay, you got me here in time for my appointment. Gold star for you.
Wait here until the nurse comes.
Don't you have rounds or something?
Nope.
Nurses to flirt with?
Wow, you're really trying to get rid of me.
I swear between you and my Uncle Mac, I am never getting out of this chair.
Repeat after me. I was shot in the stomach. I was operated on by a first-year intern and a woman who really doesn't like me very much using duct tape and wire.
That old excuse?
Okay, well, maybe I'll just turn into you. Do it, or else.
Oh, you know what? You're pushing it now.
Okay, well, how about this? I want you up and well, almost as bad as you do, but if you get up too soon on my clock, I won't be able to forgive myself. So have some compassion.
You're right. My Uncle Mac would have your head on a platter.
Yes.
So how much longer am I supposed to take pity on you?
Until Dr. Rosenthal gives you a clean bill of health.
Hello, doctors.
Hello.
Your hair, your bangs, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel?
Abused, manipulated.
She has a hard time letting people take care of her.
I just want to take a walk in the park.
It's 40 degrees outside.
Well, with the wind chill factor, feels like it's 20.
You know, it used to be fun.
I'll tell you what. You behave, take your medicine, be good for the doctors and all the nurses, and I'll see what I can do.
Really? Like what?
Surprise.
You know I love you, but you are just a little dangerous with the romantic gestures.
Wow, can you feel the gratitude, Bobby? Take her. I'm done.
You heard the man. Behave.
I'll try.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to keep you waiting. Sorry. Not at all, not at all. I was just sitting here thinking, you know, we're all held hostage by something, aren't we? I swear, with what I do, sometimes I feel like a slave to time. I sometimes wonder what it would feel like to just walk out that door and become a whole new person, you know, no matter what unfinished business I left behind. You ever feel like that, Sam?
2 minutes of camera, ladies.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else I can tell you about the hostage crisis.
Well, you know, I'd like to use the second part of the interview to delve a little more into your background. Like, is there anything in your life that prepared you for that split-second decision when all of those lives were at stake?
I'm so sorry, but I don't know what my past experience has to do with any
People
of this.
wonder if they were in the same boat, could they be a hero too? They start thinking of interesting events in their own lives that they might not normally consider significant.
Well, yeah, I think that we are all a sum total of our life's experience, and I've been in some tight spots before, and I've learned how to act quickly under pressure.
Is that so? Anything specific that you would discuss on camera?
Well, as a deep sea diver, the worst thing you can do in a crisis is freeze up, and that's a lesson I take with me wherever I go. Because when you panic, you don't think straight, and when you don't think straight, now that's when you make the worst possible mistakes.
Ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This court is now in session. This is a child custody hearing, not a murder trial. I can't help but noticing that neither of you has an attorney present. I assume you're representing yourselves?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then you're both fools, but at least it's a level playing field. I am interested only in what is in the best interest of the child in question. That being said, I see we have character witnesses present. If you're here on Mr. Lansing's behalf, now would be the time to say so.
Your Honor, I've subpoenaed my half-brother, Michael Corinthos, Jr.
And that would be...
That would be me, Your Honor.
But you're not here to testify on Mr. Lansing's behalf.
Not a chance, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Davis, let's hear from your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call on Jasper Jacks.
Alexis is a wonderful woman. She's a caring mother. I can personally speak to her love, compassion, and bravery. I'm very proud to call her my friend.
Mr. Jacks, you're a well-known businessman, are you not? And a philanthropist?
Yes, I am.
A real pillar of the community, huh? So can you explain to me and to this court why you claim Nicholas Cassadine's newborn infant son as your own and raised him for
Your
many
Honor,
months?
this is irrelevant
You
and
will
inappropriate.
get your chance. Please answer the question, Mr. Jacks.
It was a complex situation.
It was kidnapping. Thank you, Mr. Jacks. No further questions, Your Honor?
You may step down, Mr. Jacks. Maybe you're not such a fool after all, Mr. Lansing. Miss Davis, anyone else?
Yes. I would like to call Mr. Lansing's witness, Sonny Corinthos.
Yeah, cough. You proud of yourself for harassing a girl on crutches?
Look, the girl got some wrong information from father. Her mother and I go way back.
I'm not surprised you have an excuse. I bet you finger point for every lousy thing you've ever done. How close am I?
Who you been talking to?
I can smell jerks like you from 20 clicks away. You're the type of guy that leaves his men hanging out to dry to save his own skin. And from the look on your face, I'd say I just about nailed it.
Grandma? Lucky?
I think he believes that I killed my father out of self-defense. But something just doesn't ring true. I think I'm innocent.
The person who killed Rick Weber was Scott Baldwin. I've messed up the only important thing my mom has ever asked me to do.
The children are not neglected in any way. They live in a loving and nurturing home. I gotta tell you, I can't imagine Christina or Molly, who happens to be my niece, wanting to live anywhere else.
Mr. Corinthos, isn't it true that for Christina's first years that you were not even aware that she was your daughter? That fact was withheld from you by Miss Davis?
Yeah.
Miss Davis kept Christina from you because she was worried that your ties to underworld activities might endanger her child. Is that true?
Alleged ties.
I'm sorry, Mr. Corinthos, but you later sued Miss Davis for custody of that child. Is that correct? Isn't it also true that while Christina was in your care, as well as your sons, Michael and Morgan, they were all kidnapped, and that later on, your son, Michael, was presumed dead?
That wasn't Alexis' fault.
I'm just having a hard time with
this
this healthy, nurturing part of the dysfunctional family picture, Mr. Corinthos. Your Honor, these are arrest records for Michael Corinthos, Jr.
Objection, Your Honor. That is irrelevant, as is a great deal
They chronicle the numerous attempts on his life, and they document the constant threat that he poses to everybody around him, including his daughter, Christina, and especially my daughter, Molly. I would also like to enter in the police report of the incident where Christina, unsupervised by her ailing mother, wandered into a warehouse where she saw her older sister, Samantha McCall, who, by the way, was given away by Miss Davis at birth due to an unwanted teenage pregnancy.
Who you slept with in your own daughter's home.
Consenting adults, Your Honor.
Miss Davis, you had your chance with this witness. Please continue, Mr. Lansing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Christina witnessed her older sister, Samantha McCall, shoot a man, killing him in cold blood.
She's under the care of a psychiatrist.
Miss Davis.
In addition, Miss Davis was arrested for felony drug possession in the home Mr. Corinthos states is safe and nurturing.
Objection.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Sorry about
Who
that.
are you?
I'm Carly Corinthos. I'm here as a character witness for Miss Davis. I would have been here sooner. I'm sorry. I would have, but I was trying to divorce Sonny. Not that Sonny is a bad person or dangerous at all, unlike the scum of the earth here, Rick Lansing.
Your Honor, I need a break, please.
Denied. I'm eager to hear what Mrs. Corinthos, who is on your witness list, has to say. Please take the stand.
Careful, Tracy. That stuff will kill you.
What are you doing?
I'm haunting you.
Oh, ha ha. I don't believe in ghosts.
You think you're hallucinating?
Alan, how can you live with yourself? You let us all say such nice things about you.
The nerve of me dying.
Alan, you didn't die. You're faking your death. I can see you. I can touch you.
You think so? Go ahead. Give it a shot. This is going to be fun.
Whoa! How did you do that? Why are you here?
You forged my will.
Ellen, you gave 3/4 of your estate to Jason's children just in case maybe he should decide to have them. How stupid is that? Whoa! Did you do that too?
I understand that happens when you argue with the dead. Other than that, it's a very pleasant place to be, the afterlife, and thank you for asking.
So, have you seen Mother yet?
No, I can't yet because I cannot yet rest in peace. I'm kind of stuck halfway and I can't get my entry permit until you admit that you forged my will.
Why would I admit something you already know?
Not to me, to the whole family.
Now I know it's a setup. You and Daddy cooked this whole thing up together with Dylan's help with his filmmaking kit. You're gonna torture me until I give up what should have been mine in the first place. There's video equipment here, I know it. And it's not gonna work.
Who are you yelling at?
Him!
Him whom?
He was just here.
You don't look so good, Miss Tracy. Maybe you should lie down.
I'm fine. Have this place fumigated.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel ridiculous.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Why the mystery?
Makes it more interesting. No, I mean it. No peeking.
Hey.
Don't touch that hat. Okay, ready?
Yes. It's beautiful.
And?
And this is where I always come to think. I didn't tell you that. How did you know?
Magic. Your walks take about a half hour, so I got approximate distance. Use the Oakwood Gate, so I got direction. You always come back with leaves in your hair from all the vines. I don't just listen to what you say. I listen to what you don't say. Hot chocolate?
You're right. It is magic.
Now, if you get too cold, let me know. Last thing I need is for you to get hypothermia.
Honestly, my fingers and toes could turn into icicles right now, and I wouldn't care.
I just got an unbiased reality check about the murder.
Oh, please tell me you didn't go see Spinelli.
I said unbiased in reality. I talked to Sonny. I showed him the letter and I filled him in, and he said that if my dad finds out that Scott killed Rick and let my mom take the blame, then my dad is gonna go crazy on Scott. And once he realizes that he was the one who told my mom that she killed Weber and that his mistake is what made my mom lose her mind, then it's gonna destroy my dad.
Okay, so what do we do?
I don't know, Dylan. I have no clue. I have already lost my mom, and if I prove her innocent, then I'm gonna lose my dad too. Scott is gonna get away with murder.
Bobby, what kind of lies has Luke been telling Lulu?
Why?
Well, you know, I come back to town and she's kind of open and receptive to talking to me, and then all of a sudden, she changes. I try and buy her a cup of coffee and she acts like I kicked her dog. Now, what kind of poison is that idiot brother of yours been...
There's a bus out front leaving in 2 minutes. Be under it.
How did you get your daughter to hate me?
My daughter hates who she wants to hate.
Hey, guys, come on. This is not the time or the place.
Hey, Barbara, if he's looking for trouble, I'm happy to oblige.
You ruined Laura's life, and you know it.
Sonny and I share custody, and that works out well for us. I am 100% confident that my children are safe with him.
Mrs. Corinthos, I'm confused. Are you and Mr. Corinthos married or divorced?
We're married, but it's just a technicality.
Your Honor, maybe I could try to get this witness back on track.
Oh, I like the track that she's on just fine. It's extremely relevant. Would you continue, Mrs. Corinthos?
Yes, Sonny tricked me into marrying him so I wouldn't be forced to testify that I saw him shoot someone. Even though that turned out to be self-defense, and it's kind of a moot point. Now I'm stuck in limbo because the judge in the Dominican Republic says I have to wait 6 months before my divorce to Sonny to become legal. Is that true? I mean, is it true that if I'm divorced to Sonny in the Dominican Republic, I have to also file here in the state of New York?
I would have to look that up.
I don't have any further questions for this witness.
I do. Mrs. Corinthos, do you think that Alexis Davis is a good mother?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that Mr. Corinthos's allegedly illegal activities pose any danger whatsoever to Molly Lansing?
I know that Sonny would never, ever hurt a child. And if you don't believe me, ask Jason Morgan.
And who is Jason Morgan?
Excuse me, Your Honor, objection, relevance. Mr. Morgan is neither on mine or Miss Davis's witness list.
Well, the witness seems to think he is relevant. Is Jason Morgan in the courtroom?
So right here, Your Honor.
Do you think that Alexis Davis is a good mother?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Morgan, you appear to have a refreshing gift for brevity, but I would like you to elaborate. Why do you think Alexis Davis is a good mother?
She loves her daughters and she tries to do what's right for them.
And Mr. Lansing?
I really don't like Rick Lansing, Your Honor, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Nevertheless, I am asking.
Any father who would try to take his child from the home where she's happy and the mother she loves is obviously thinking of himself and not his child.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Mrs. Corinthos, you may step down. Ms. Davis, if you'd kindly take the stand.
Your Honor, I think the most important thing that I can tell you is that I am a good mother.
I'm sure you are, but this is my court. And there's only one thing I'm interested in. How did you manage to get yourself busted for smoking pot?
The effects of the chemo took a lot out of me. And I didn't have the strength that I was used to having, and I was sick to my stomach. Very often, the anti-nausea medicine that they typically give cancer patients didn't work for me. But the marijuana did. I didn't smoke in front of the children, and I only did it when I was too debilitated to handle it in any other way. Despite my personal problems with Mr. Lansing, I have always acted responsibly toward my children. I have always put them first. And I have always and will continue to act in their best interest.
I've always thought Alexis was a good mother. But she's exhausted. And according to her doctors, this latest round of chemo will, I'm sorry, probably debilitate her. Molly's just a little baby. She doesn't understand what's happening. All she knows is that Mom can't take care of her. I have the time and I have the energy to devote to our little girl, and I also think that she will be in a safer environment with me.
Couldn't you come to some compromise?
Well, I tried, but Alexis seemed determined to cut me out of Molly's life completely. This is not about revenge, Your Honor. If I am granted full custody of Molly, I will agree to generous visitation. I do not want her to lose her mother. But I believe, and I think the evidence proves that she will be better off with me.
Thank you for your testimony. I will make my decision and announce it to the parents in private. The rest of you are dismissed. Hey, we need to talk.
Thank you. I am so happy right now. I don't think it gets much better than this.
Yeah, I pretty much aced it.
Yeah. I wish this could last. And we're flying high right now. I made it out of the hostage situation. Your HIV test came back negative.
Yeah, it's all good.
But now we have to deal with real life. You know, all that stuff that's really cute when you are first getting to know each other and then becomes really annoying over time. Like that sound, that gargling sound that you make when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Hey.
Well, I'm sure there's a couple of things that I do to annoy you.
Okay, well, would you rather just bleed out on the MetroCorp lobby floor on a regular basis?
Would Carly have to be the one that stitches me up every time?
Seriously, I don't know much at all. But I'm learning something. Love isn't about big roller coaster rides and high drama or grand romantic gestures. It's about passing the salt, sharing the crossword puzzle, we do on a Sunday afternoon when there's no patients to cure, no crisis to solve. When it's just us. This is real. Underneath this arbor, drinking hot chocolate, eating chocolate chip cookies. And there'll be more good times. There'll be some bad ones. But I'm gonna enjoy it. You. For as long as it lasts, and when this moment is over, I can bet that I will love you more than I even thought was possible.
You're pretty amazing. And I love you so much it hurts.
That's stitches.
No. I swear it's my heart bursting.
You still can't handle the fact that my lifetime with Laura trumped your 10 minutes of puppy love.
Your lifetime started when you raped my wife.
Shut your mouth, Baldwin.
Luke?
Let me ask you something. Does Lulu know about that part of your love for Laura?
You should really stop now while you're still breathing.
I'm just curious, Spencer.
25 years it's been, Baldwin. 25 years since she left you for me. Get over it. And don't think for a second I'm going to stand around and let you hurt my daughter the way you hurt my wife.
Yeah, well, you know something. Your special love for Lulu will end up putting her in a padded room right next to her mother.
Hey, cut it out, all right? You two stop it. You two have been going at each other for so long, and you always end up hurting all of the people around you a lot more than you ever hurt each other. You've kept Laura trapped in the middle so long. Who knows how much you contributed to her condition? And you're just dragging Lulu into the same hellish mess. Come on, guys. You can't change the past. And you can't change what's already happened, but you can move on. So that Lulu doesn't have to suffer the way she's been suffering.
I hardly remember my mom when I was little. It was kind of like a sense of her. You know, like her voice or her laugh or her smell or her touch. And Grandma Leslie would go through these photo albums and tell me these stories behind them. And it got so that I actually thought I remembered them. You know, it would be like, oh, yeah, I remember that time at the beach, but, it was just the photographs that I remembered. But then when my mom came back, I was able to make new memories, real memories, and I wouldn't change those 3 weeks for anything because I wasn't missing this idea of her. I miss her. I miss my mom. And, I try and see the world through her eyes and imagine what she would want me to do.
I have it, Blumwood. Oh. Film guy. Hi. I have proof that Scott Baldwin killed Rick Weber. So not only is there proof in Weber's bank account that he was receiving hush money from Scott Baldwin, I found record of a parking ticket issued to Scott Baldwin across from the Scorpio house at 10:30 p.m. on the night of the murder. No, it puts him at the site of the murder around when the murder took place. I mean, it's enough to open the case, right? Reopen the case?
I'm sorry. I should have never started this. You guys have been very helpful and great, but I don't want the truth to come out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I want to make like it never happened.
Like what never happened?
The gunmen were
She's good.
distracted.
Sam makes a great lead into the kid who delivered his mom's baby.
Well, the baby story's been done to death. Sam's fresh. She has a great look. We should make this our lead.
Why not hold it till sweeps?
No need. I have a better project in mind for Sam McCall.
Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Lying slut, you're gonna pay for what you did.
All right, now you can tell me. What happened in the Dominican?
Judge told Carly divorce won't be final for 6 months.
Right. I don't buy it. You went down there with Carly to make sure that things went Sonny's way, isn't that right?
You know what, Jax? All that matters to me is that Carly's happy. If she wants a divorce, I'm going to help her get a divorce. Since you've already decided that she isn't worthy of you anymore, just stay away from her.
We're gonna walk right across the street and file for divorce.
Mr. Lansing, it's obvious you love your daughter. But the courts historically favor the mother in a case like this. Miss Davis, there is ample testimony to support your love for Molly. However, you committed a felony in the home where the child resides. Yes, I know that medicinal marijuana is legal in many states, but not New York. And it's New York's laws that I'm sworn to uphold. Molly isn't old enough to take care of herself, and it's clear that you're not well enough to take care of her. Therefore, I grant full custody of Molly Lansing to her father, Richard Lansing.
Wait.
You know how I feel about this. I don't want a divorce, and you know, I'm gonna do whatever I have to. What?
We can't be married.
I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a way to change your mind.